Hello everyone and good morning. My name is Reto Preisig and I work at UBS Business Solutions AG as an IT architect. And I'm happy to share with you today some insights on the loyalty program at UBS and what this has to do with blockchain in general. Now, have you ever wondered why you have to carry around so many different loyalty cards in your wallet? There might be lots of airline loyalty programs, maybe your grocery store or your favorite clothes shop or whatever. And typically when you stand in front of a desk and want to pay and the guy asks you, do you have a loyalty card? You don't have to write one at hand. So wouldn't it be nice to just have everything in your smartphone handy and you can just pay with that and it automatically credits your loyalty points. That's just one of the reasons why we believe loyalty programs and blockchain have a lot in common. But before we get into more details of that, I would like to give you a short overview of what the UBS loyalty program is all about. It's mainly targeted towards credit card clients and Swiss retail clients in Switzerland, and hence it's mainly known across Switzerland, quite widely known in Switzerland, but not really known abroad. Points are redeemable, and this might come as a surprise at the FinTech conference like here, are still redeemable as paper checks, and still a significant amount of clients prefer paper checks over e-points. But we're slowly but surely moving towards electronic points these days. We also send out newsletters to our clients every now and then to advertise timed marketing campaigns and stuff like that. And we're one of the largest loyalty programs within Switzerland. We partner with more than 40 different merchants so that people can spend their points earned in various ways, be it for airline miles or for other goods that they would like to buy. We also offer an online store where clients or even non-UBS clients can log in and spend these points, and typically one loyalty point is worth 1 Swiss franc. Now, this slide is basically showing the general benefits of a loyalty program. It's probably not very different to any other loyalty program, but what we see as the 3 key drivers of our loyalty program is that we really have a significantly higher rate of credit card usage for those clients that are actively participating in the loyalty program. And we also see that those clients generate a higher return. And probably most importantly, the defection rate of the clients that are actively active members of a loyalty program show more than 40 times smaller risk for defection, which is probably what nobody wants. Now, what are the challenges in today's loyalty program? Although clients choose, about 80% of clients choose, according to statistics, a company offering a loyalty program compared to another one not offering a loyalty program, we still fall short in kind of communicating properly to the clients to target our advertising campaigns, the marketing campaigns to the client's needs. So it's typically a standard communication. Every client receives the same advertisement newsletter, and we would like to target that to become more specific to the individual client's needs. And we also think that it's important that we offer cross-market opportunities to optimize the loyalty experience of the client. So we do not want to offer just products or goods within UBS, but also across others. That's why we have these partnerships with lots of other vendors to redeem points. And there is also a large example of such a joint venture that was recently announced between this Taiwanese bank and Samsung Electronics, exactly for that purpose. Now, we also have to make sure that basically redemption is happening on a frequent basis, so that clients do not kind of let their points expire, especially nowadays where we still have people with paper-based checks. These checks often expire before they get redeemed, which might be a surprise, but this really happens. And we strongly believe that with a digitization of this whole process and an emotionalization of this process, this will be less and less the case, and the client will have a much better experience. Now, what have we done? About a year ago, we started on a POC where we basically broke up that traditional collaboration model between the client, the bank, and the merchant, and said, why not turn key club points into a cryptocurrency? It would be a good kind of playground to start gathering some experience with cryptocurrencies. It's kind of less regulated than, let's say, the traditional banking business, and so we can start gaining some experience there. And all the three parties, client, merchant, and UBS, have direct access to the distributed ledger and can basically see what their balance, their loyalty balance looks like, and also what the transactional behavior of the individual is. We also see that there are some good examples out in the market that go in a similar direction. We see this platform called Loyal that is already on blockchain, that is offering smaller and medium-sized businesses to join in on with their loyalty program and make it interchangeable with other companies. So I've already mentioned quite a few of the advantages, but just to go through a couple of benefits once again. So the whole manual process that runs behind such a loyalty program is humongous, and especially if you are still in a paper-based process as we are, there is a lot of labor involved in kind of sending those checks back, keeping the balance basically on how many points have been redeemed, etc., etc. So that could be significantly improved if we migrated to a blockchain-based solution. We could also improve the client experience and based on the behavior, on the transactional behavior of the client, improve the advertisement, the offers that we show to the client basically at the time when he is at the point of sale. Let's say he's in an electronics store, he wants to buy some goods there. We can show him, oh, listen, at this week we have a special offer. We give you or credit you double the loyalty points if you buy in this store, or you might want to look in that other store as well that offers another special deal these days. So it really becomes more real-time and less end-of-day or even end-of-month, end-of-quarter processing as it is today. And of course then the transparency for all the parties involved is much, much better due to that. But last but not least, going onto the blockchain offers as well new opportunities, and I would like to show you that little use case, that scenario that has been published by Deloitte a while back, where Alice is basically traveling from LA to Miami for a vacation retreat, and she pays for the flight and for the hotel accommodation with her credit card and gets loyalty points for that. And once she arrives in Miami, she books an upgrade to a suite with some of the points that she's earned. While she's staying in Miami, she meets Bob, who is on a business trip in Miami, and he just missed his flight back to LA. And so they agree basically to exchange their loyalty points. So Bob gives Alice his points from the hotel so that she can extend her stay and stay a little bit longer in Miami, whereas Alice gives her airline miles that she earned to Bob so that he can catch the last flight to return back to LA. So that would be like kind of an interchangeable meta scenario of exchanging loyalty points from two different partners among two clients. Now, coming back to the Key Club loyalty program at UBS, we see 4 main areas that are impacted by such a cryptocurrency. First, there is the core solution, the core system of our loyalty program that would have to support the creation of digital wallets if a new client decides to join the loyalty program. We would also there see the kind of interconnectivity with other loyalty programs so that you can do some sort of exchange between different loyalty points or loyalty tokens. Then second, we have a rule engine that is currently calculating the points that are credited to the client on a quarterly basis. That will definitely have to change to near real time so that we can much better emotionalize the moment when the client is buying something that he gets immediately credited for his points. And we can also, based on his transactional behavior, offer him better customized merchandise or better offers. Then the integration into the e-store, that's the third area there where we see some impact. Spending points today is possible directly out of the e-banking portal at UBS, so the client basically seamlessly navigates to the shop and he can select his goods he wants to buy and pay with points or with credit card if it's not sufficient, his point balance. And there as well, again, the interchangeability with other loyalty programs would have to be available at the fingertips of the client. And e-banking integration also includes the mobile banking. So once the client stands at the point of sale and he wants to pay part or the whole amount with his mobile phone, he should be able to seamlessly do that with his mobile banking app. Now, I'm not going to walk through all the nitty-gritty details of the architecture, but I just wanted to show you here that today's solution is really kind of complex in terms of interactions between each merchant and the bank to keep all the credit balances or point balances of the clients in sync and to make sure everybody gets paid appropriately for the points redeemed. Now, if you compare that to a future possible architecture that is based on cryptocurrency and blockchain, then every one of the 3 parties has direct access to that distributed data ledger, and basically the communication between the parties goes away. It's just a straight communication to the distributed ledger. Now, there's still a whole bunch of open items and open issues that we have to overcome. We just started, as I said. We have done a POC, was quite successful, but there are still constant challenges on our road. Funding is always a topic besides large regulatory programs and strategic initiatives. We always have to fight for each penny to get this one step further. It's also quite a significant change in terms of business processes. Some processes have to change completely or be redefined from scratch. They no longer work the way they used to. And so it's always kind of we have to strike the balance between being innovative on IT side and not losing contact of the business to make sure that they follow along the way that we are going. So that's not always that easy. And we wouldn't be a Swiss bank if we wouldn't have to think about client confidentiality. So there are a whole lot of discussions around how to protect the individual and how do we make sure that we just expose as much data as necessary, but not more, and always show transparently to the client of what he's doing. Now, I would like to finish with a little outlook and look at a few trends that we see that are coming up, some of them a bit sooner than the others. but we have heard before from various speakers that artificial intelligence and machine learning is kind of on the verge, and we definitely think that this is going to change also the way loyalty programs work, because clients might no longer interact with the traditional on-screen or at point of sale type of thing, but they might interact, let's say, with Alexa to buy goods, or with even more trendier future natural interaction ways. And then old kind of ways to advertise your goods and allowing you to market the client will no longer work the same way they did before. So we see a significant impact there. Also, digitized assets is a trend that we are carefully looking at. If we think of the scenario before with Alice and Bob, for example, they could basically, their car that they park at the airport, they could lend that out to somebody else while they're on their business trip or on vacation. Somebody else could borrow that car during the time they're away, so they could save their parking fee and even make some money out of it. Also, the platform businesses that we see that are exponentially growing, so we all of a sudden can reach a global span. We're no longer just Swiss focused with our loyalty program, so that kind of opens tremendous new opportunities. And if we look even a bit further ahead, then we strongly believe that the direction of or the trend towards digital avatars is one of the things that we should look at. What do I mean with that? It's basically that we no longer are dealing directly with the human being, but sooner or later there will be digital avatars that know our preferences of what we're looking for, what we like, maybe which advertisement campaigns we are interested in, and they just buy and sell goods on behalf of us as long as they stay within our kind of predefined preferences. And again, that will change the way we market to our clients and how we interact with them if they're no longer human beings, but maybe just a digital agent that is shopping on behalf of them. We also have introduced the term of Chief Value Officer. At the moment, investment advice is happening mainly along the guidelines of Chief Investment Officer at UBS, but who tells you that the value system, the value ecosystem of a Chief Investment Officer is the same as yours? Maybe you have different preferences, so wouldn't it be nice to have your personal kind of value ecosystem that is kind of advising you in terms of how to invest and what to buy next, etc., etc. So that's the third one. And last but not least, smart products. That's probably even a bit further away, but think of products that are kind of basically adjusting to the needs on the market. They're not just predefined functional sets within one product, but they kind of morph into whatever is asked on the market, and basically like a virus attached to the customer group that is best suited for their product. So that's a third area where we are doing some research these days in. So I hope I could give you a little bit of an insight into the loyalty program at UBS. As I understood, Q&A will happen either on a panel afterwards or meet me at the lunch break. I'm happy to answer your questions. Thank you for your attention.